Hello, my name is Sungmun Lee. I'm one of a counselor here at 경상남도 Foreign Resident Support Center. In this video, I'm going to talk about the recent counseling issues regarding industrial damage. One of the workers contacted our center and asked a question whether he can still make a report for his industrial damage. We look into further detail about his situation, and we realized that his company somehow gave him the monetary compensation for the damage he got at his workplace. But he thinks that the compensating money was not enough to cover all the damages he got. So he was asking us whether he can still file a case about his industrial damage. Before I explain you further, let me clarify how the Korean law defines industrial damage. Industrial damage is a consequence, work-related injury or disease, which takes about, or at least 4 days of medical care services to be healed or to be treated. So 4 days of medical service to be treated is really important to define whether the worker can claim for the work-related damage compensation. If the damage only leave 3 days of medical care services or 2 days or just 1 day, that damage is not one of the causes to file compensation to the workers' welfare services. The worker compensation insurance, which is I just abbreviate into WCI, is one of the insurance whether you got this insurance or not, but the worker himself or herself can file a claim about the industrial damage if the damage leave at least 4 days of medical care services to be treated. And in the counseling cases that I just briefly explained in the earlier, that is called private agreement on the damage. In Korean, we say 공상합의. That's kind of technical term. So even though the worker got the damage that leaves more than 4 days of medical care services to be completely healed, but the company somehow made an agreement or settlement with the injured worker to compensate for the damage. Usually this compensation is somehow the monetary compensation. Usually the promise that the worker will not file a claim for the industrial damage is included in the agreement paper. But let's say if you already sign on the agreement paper that says if I receive this compensation, then I'll make a promise not to file a claim for the industrial damage. Even if your agreement have that clause that's written and your signatures on the paper, but still you can file a claim about your industrial damage. So is it possible to claim the medical care benefits after making an agreement with the company to the WCI? The answer is yes. The company owner has to report the incident to the local labor's office, because that is one of the industrial damage, 산업재해. So the owner have all the responsibility to make a report to the local labor's office. The owner will get the penalty or punishment for the concealment of the incident, which means if owner did not make a report, the owner may get the penalty for that. Even if the worker made an agreement with the company not to file a claim, this agreement cannot override the labor's law because the agreement paper is made under the private level, but the labor law is superior than the private agreement. So the law comes first, then the private agreement paper. But even if you can file the claim, but since you already got the monetary compensation, so when the WCI kind of investigate about your case and industrial damages and find out that you already received some portion of money for the settlement, then the WCI will deduct the monetary compensation that you already received and provide the benefits for the rest of the money that you can get. If you need more help or have more questions about these related issues or need a counseling about your cases, please contact our center or visit our center in Changwon, South Korea. We are happy to help you. Thank you very much.